I don't know how it happened, but by some miracle, I was finally able to complete my Daleks of the Restoration Empire set. So, let's recap. We have the Emperor, who started out as part of the Dalek Parliament until he saw fit to depose the original Prime Minister and the Supreme. Maybe it is the Supreme. Not quite sure. Been a while since I read his backstory. But this Dalek Emperor is far more dynamic and proactive than past emperors, and even the Prime Minister, who were all stationary for no good reason. I mean, yeah, they were big, but their immobility gave them a bit of a handicap. But this guy, decked out in gold Dalekanium armor, sporting an ancient and really timeless look, he's able to travel far more easily than previous emperors. And he is not helpless. He has his own weapon and even is willing to get his armor scuffed. And he's very durable. He withstood an attack from an energy being from the Dark Times. And he survived. And speaking of survival, we now have the Dalek strategist, perhaps one of the first Daleks ever to encounter the Doctor, way back on Skaro in the Hartnell era. And he wears his damage with pride. Well, as much pride as Dalek can muster. He devises various ways that the Daleks can achieve their goals. But he's also slightly ambitious. He knows that while the Emperor is far more proactive, he's also more aggressive, and more than willing to put all his eggs in one basket. Rather, the strategist wants to enact multiple plans in order to avoid total failure. And one day, he thinks that he might need to take the reins if the Emperor ever proves to be unable to fulfill the Dalek agenda. But only time will tell as to whether or not he will take the throne. Now over here we have two members of the crew of the Dalek time ship that is featured in the multi-platform Time Lord Victorious story, which takes the form of a graphic novel, which I have, and some videos on YouTube, which hopefully won't disappear anytime soon. It'd be neat if you can get them on DVD or something. But anyway, we have on the left a Time Commander, which stays in the main cockpit of the saucer, doing his thing. And it doesn't really feature prominently in the story, except when you're inside the spaceship. And surprisingly, the scientist also doesn't do much, usually staying inside the spaceship as well. You would think when the Daleks go to the planet of the mechanoids that he would have something to do alongside the mechanoid scientist and the strategist, but nope, it's just the strategist and the scientist mechanoid. Weird. Over here, we finally get a look at the Executioner Dalek, who's taken his crush, kill, destroy, exterminate agenda to new heights. In order to fulfill the Dalek cause, he's been decked out with more armor. He can command whole fleets of drones. And he won't hesitate to exterminate other Daleks if they, in his humble opinion, fail the Empire or try to usurp it. He's got more advanced targeting in his eye stalk, a more powerful weapon, and besides a very nasty-looking manipulator arm, he's even got bioweapons. That spike right there, that's a Vargathorn. You get pricked with that, you get driven into a homicidal rage, and eventually you get turned into a walking cactus. It's not pretty. Watch the recreations of Mission to the Unknown to see what happens. As for this guy, this is a drone of the Restoration Empire. It takes the best of previous Daleks, the chassis design of the modern Time War Daleks, and the classic paint job of the original Daleks, partially seen here, and makes them fiercely loyal to the Emperor, and far more ruthless. And while they may not last long in battle, especially against equal opponents, seeing a whole bunch of them landing in your town, that's a day you need to, shall we say, get some life insurance. And there you have it. The complete Daleks of the Restoration Empire set. Now, there are two more models, one of Ood Sigma and one of the Doctor in his Time Lord getup, but they're not essential. Unless you're a completist and you prefer Daleks, go ahead and steer clear. And with that, I will leave you with this little nugget. Daleks conquer and destroy, and they are some of the best villains I've ever encountered.